They've been lying to you. For decades, you've been told that cholesterol is this monster inside your body, waiting to attack your heart, clog your arteries, and take you down without warning. Doctors, big pharma, even government-funded health authorities have pushed one message: your cholesterol is too high. You need drugs to lower it. And millions of Americans over 50, maybe even you, swallowed that pill literally thinking it was the only way to stay alive. But what if I told you the entire narrative was rigged from the start? What if the truth about cholesterol has been quietly buried, hidden behind billion-dollar drug profits, while the natural solution was right in front of us this whole time? And what if I reveal that the single most powerful nutrient to lower cholesterol naturally is not a new pill? Not an expensive procedure, but something you could add to your diet today without side effects, without fear, and without being another statistic in the big pharma profit machine? This is not just another health tip video. This is a warning, because right now, millions of seniors are living in fear, trapped by misinformation, and chained to prescriptions they may not even need. But you don't have to be one of them. Stay with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to expose the biggest lie you've been told about cholesterol. I'll break down the dirty tricks of the food industry, and then I'll reveal the #1 nutrient that science shows can actually lower cholesterol naturally, safely, and effectively. And no, you won't hear this from your doctor, because they're not allowed to talk about it. So let's cut the nonsense and go straight to the truth. First, let's talk about cholesterol itself. For decades, cholesterol has been demonized, painted as the villain behind every heart attack and stroke. But here's the shocking truth. Cholesterol is not your enemy. In fact, your body produces cholesterol for a reason. It's essential for brain function, hormone production, and even repairing your cells. Without cholesterol, you literally cannot survive. That's why the entire cholesterol scare is built on shaky ground. Yes, certain forms of cholesterol, especially oxidized LDL, can be harmful when they build up in your arteries. But the blanket message that all cholesterol is bad is one of the biggest lies in modern medicine. And who benefits from that lie? The pharmaceutical companies selling statin drugs, the most profitable drug category in history. Over $200 billion made off people like you and me, terrified into believing their only hope was a prescription. But here's where the plot thickens. Statins, the drugs pushed onto millions of Americans, don't just lower cholesterol, they also come with dangerous side effects: muscle pain, memory problems, even increased risk of diabetes. And yet, doctors keep prescribing them like candy. Why? Because the system rewards prescriptions, not prevention. Because keeping you sick, dependent, and afraid is more profitable than actually healing you. That's why it's up to you and only you to break free from this cycle. That's where the #1 nutrient comes in. But before I reveal it, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why, despite decades of people taking cholesterol-lowering drugs, heart disease is still the #1 killer in America? If these pills were truly the magic solution, shouldn't the numbers be dropping like a stone? Instead, they keep climbing. The truth is, the root cause isn't being addressed. The food industry continues to pump seed oils, processed sugars, and toxic additives into your diet. Things that inflame your arteries and damage your cells while the drug companies distract you with a single number on a blood test, your cholesterol score. It's smoke and mirrors. And while you're watching that one number, your arteries are silently being inflamed, your blood vessels are being scarred, and the real damage continues. Now here's the turning point. The solution isn't about chasing a number. It's about healing your body from the inside out. And real, unbiased research, not industry-funded, propaganda has revealed a natural nutrient that can actually lower LDL cholesterol, raise HDL cholesterol, and protect your arteries from inflammation. The nutrient I'm talking about is niacinol, so known as vitamin B3. Yes, the truth has been hiding in plain sight. Niacin has been studied for decades, long before statins ever hit the market. Clinical studies show that niacin can reduce LDL cholesterol, raise HDL, the good cholesterol, and even lower triglycerides. Unlike statins, which only target one piece of the puzzle, niacin addresses the full picture of lipid balance. And yet, despite its effectiveness, It was quietly buried, overshadowed by the multi-billion-dollar statin industry. Why? Because you can't patent a vitamin? You can't make billions selling something that nature already gave us. So instead, niacin was quietly pushed to the side, labeled as old-fashioned or too simple, while the drug companies took center stage. But here's the part they don't want you to know. When you take niacin, your blood vessels expand, circulation improves, and the flushing out of toxins and fats begins. Some people experience the famous niacin flush, a temporary warming and redness of the skin. But what Big Pharma turned into a scare tactic is actually a sign of improved blood flow, a healing response in your body. And the science is undeniable. Niacin lowers cholesterol, improves artery health, and reduces risk of heart disease. It does what the drugs promise without the long list of side effects. And yet, how many doctors have told you about it? Probably none. Now, let's go deeper. You might be thinking, if niacin is so powerful, why isn't everyone using it? The answer is simple: fear and control. The medical establishment controls the narrative. They dismiss natural solutions, label them as unproven, and push you back toward prescriptions. But look around her. We healthier than before? Or are we more medicated, more dependent, and sicker than ever? The truth is, the system is broken. It's time you take back control. Adding niacin to your daily routine could change everything. Studies show that doses between 500 milligrams and 2,000 milligrams under supervision can have profound effects on cholesterol levels. Even smaller amounts found in certain foods like chicken, tuna, salmon, and peanuts can make a difference over time. But supplements are where you see the real transformation. Combine niacin with a diet free of processed junk, seed oils, and refined sugar, and you've got a natural defense system stronger than any prescription. Imagine waking up knowing you're protecting your heart, not by being a pawn of the pharmaceutical industry, but by using nature's own medicine. That's real freedom. It's real healing. But let's be clear, this isn't about throwing away your prescriptions overnight. This is about knowledge, about empowerment. It's about going to your doctor not as a passive patient, but as an informed person who knows the truth. It's about asking the right questions, demanding real solutions, and refusing to be silenced by the narrative of fear. Because the reality is, you have options. And those options don't have to come with a lifetime of side effects. Now let me share with you something shocking. Did you know that in the 1970s and 80s, niacin was actually recommended by cardiologists? Back then, before the drug machine fully took over, it was considered one of the most effective ways to manage cholesterol. But once statins hit the market in the late 1980s, everything changed. Suddenly, the narrative shifted. Niacin became obsolete not because it stopped working, but because it wasn't profitable. The studies proving its effectiveness were buried. It's overshadowed by flashy new drug trials funded by the very companies selling the pills, and the public. Left in the dark. This is why I'm speaking directly to you today, especially if you're over 50. If you've been told your cholesterol is too high, if you've been scared into believing you're a ticking time bomb. You deserve to know the truth. You deserve to know that your body is not broken, that there are natural, safe, and effective ways to heal. And niacin is the #1 nutrient that can help you do that. But don't stop there. Pair it with simple lifestyle. Changes walking daily, cutting out processed foods, adding more fiber and omega-3 Southhand. You'll be giving your heart the best chance to thrive. Not survive-thrive. Now let's talk about action. Watching this video is step 1, but real transformation only happens when you take action. So here's what I want you to do. First, talk to your doctor, yes, even if they don't want to hear it about niacin. Bring them the research. Show them you're informed. Second, look into adding more niacin-rich foods into your diet. Third, if you're ready, explore supplements. Quality matters, so do your homework. And fourth, share this information. Because the more people know the truth, the harder it becomes for Big Pharma and the food industry to keep us in the dark. But most importantly, I want you to feel empowered. Too many seniors live in fear of their cholesterol score, terrified every time they get their blood work back. But that fear was planted, nurtured, and weaponized against you. You are not a victim. You are not powerless. You have the tools to take control of your health, starting today. Niacin is your weapon. Don't let them bury the truth any longer. If this video opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Because knowledge is only powerful when it spreads. The fight for your health begins now, and it begins with you. Remember, the system profits from your sickness, but you profit from your wellness. Choose wisely.